All right, you just had a kid, you're at the hospital, it's time to buy some things. Welcome back everybody, my name is Kevin. This is my lovely wife, Allie.
Hello.
We're Parent Life. We're just making videos, new parent videos. When we had a kid, it was middle of this COVID pandemic and we just watched a bunch of YouTube videos. Kind of like changing the oil in your car, just fire up YouTube and see what's out there. Subscribe if you want to see more content from us. Hit that little bell-shaped thing if you want to know when we go live or when we put out a video. Also, I have another channel with my brother called Schill Brothers Outdoors if you want to see some...
Cat has a hairball.
Cat has a hairball right now. It's so gross. This video, we're gonna go through all the stuff, we didn't think to get right away. A lot of the stuff you need for a baby is pretty obvious. You need a stroller, you need something for them to sleep in. All that stuff's pretty obvious, but there was several things here, and we'll go through all of them, that we kind of had to buy on the fly because we found out we just needed them, and we needed them quickly, and we didn't have them. So today's video is things you gotta buy right when you have a kid. Item number one, and we talked about this, we have a video on essential items for dealing with a newborn. This is a baby wipe dispenser. I know it's stupid, I know it's simple, but the package that these wipes come in is such a pain to open and close, and they dry out if you don't do it right.
When you pull out one, you pull out like 5 at a time.
This is like, I'll put a link to this down in the description. This is like 10 bucks on Amazon. Easily one of the most used things we use, a wipe dispenser. It's just so simple, but it'll make your life so much easier.
After day one, we're like, there's gotta be a better system here, and we bought it right away. The next one, you may have already purchased this beforehand, but Aquaphor is one thing we bought right away. I had bought Vaseline, but I didn't quite realize that Aquaphor might be a specific thing that is helpful, and we use it a ton for, diaper rash, redness. So we use this all the time still, and bought this probably from day one when we got home. Another category of things that when I got home, I realized I didn't have all that I needed was more breastfeeding related items to provide comfort or relief. For example, more lanolin cream. You get a tiny one in the hospital, but you definitely want your own big supply. Breastfeeding pads, nipple shields.
You didn't have any of this stuff right when the baby was born.
Yeah, I might have had a few of these that came with, some items I had, but you can buy a big box and they're not expensive. So yeah, definitely recommend. It's just helpful to have them from the get-go ahead of time if you can.
Drool rash? That's a thing?
Kind of going in tandem with the breastfeeding related items are just general postpartum relief and care items for you personally. You get some from the hospital and you may think of some ahead of time, but one example, or it depends.
Make your husband go buy this stuff. It's a really funny trip to CVS. Depends and stool softener.
Yeah, I didn't have a sense of how long this recovery process would be, so I didn't have a long supply of any of this stuff, and after day one I realized this is gonna be a potential multi-week recovery process. So needed more Depends, more Dermaplast, which the hospital will give you, but I had to buy an extra can. Any kinds of relief items like that, just buy an extra set of what you think you might need, and then you can always have multiple sets for different bathrooms. I definitely recommend that.
Next bunch of items, and we didn't have any of these, I didn't know you needed to do this, a bunch of different drops for the baby. So vitamin D drops, Tylenol drops, gas drops. We had none of that stuff. When we brought her home from the hospital, there were certainly times where she would get pissed off because she was gassy. I didn't even know that was a thing.
Oh yeah.
And we would use the gas drops, and then obviously babies, you can't just throw them out in the sun. They need to get vitamin D. So vitamin D drops, and then also Tylenol drops, especially when the baby got her first round of immunizations and shots. A Tylenol drops, so just a bunch of different drops. This is a good one.
Yeah, so one product we did note to buy in advance was special baby laundry detergent to wash your clothes in. You know, they say you want it to be, you know, baby safe. But one thing I didn't think of needing to buy that we definitely needed right away was special stain remover that's baby safe. So this is Draft Laundry Stain Remover, and you'll discover you probably need this the first time you have a blowout and
it gets all over you.
All over the clothes.
Yeah.
And this stuff works really well. It gets the stains out, and this is we're already on our second bottle, so.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean,
gross.
We still got some of the other ones. But yeah.
This is a good one too. I have one for barbecuing.
This is a special wash basin for pump parts, bottles, and it expands and collapses.
That's pretty cool. You use this a lot.
I use it every day. Just because your sink at home, well, first of all, our sink is really big and it gets dirty, and you know, there's food related items. So this is a special wash basin just for pump related parts. You know, you soak them in soapy water and just have it separate, and then it can collapse and stow away when you're not using it. So I bought this right away, realizing, you know, we didn't have something like this, and I find it really helpful.
We'll get that down for you. Next item is, this is kind of obvious, but a bunch of swaddles. How many swaddles do we have right off the bat though?
Well, we have a lot of swaddle blankets.
We stole one from, yeah, so we
had a lot of different types.
We had different types of swaddles, but we needed, you're gonna need swaddles. You're gonna need a lot of them. We had the swaddle blankets. We stole some swaddles from the hospital. But that's the one thing we were like, okay, we're gonna need to get more of these. You know, for the first several months, we were using swaddles a lot.
And I think for us, you know, there's lots of different kinds, and we found one kind that worked for us that we preferred over the blankets and the other kind. So we ended up just, I think it's called a Swaddle Me.
I'll put the link down in the description.
I think they're the easiest. You don't have to do a lot of different things. You just put the baby in one side over, the next side over, and it's Velcro and it's fitted, so there's not a lot of loose extra fabric. It just worked the best for us. So we would rotate, I think we had one, and we would just have to keep washing it.
Yeah.
And so we bought a few more of those to have on hand pretty right away.
Yeah. And then finally, just steal everything from the hospital room.
They give you almost everything.
They give you everything.
Say to take.
You've paid for it. Take everything from the hospital. It's not stealing. All right, that is it for this video. Just kind of a heads up video on what you should consider buying if you don't already have, like when you're still in the hospital, so it's ready for you when you get home. That's it for us, and we'll see everybody on the next video.